Listen to me carefully. At some point in your life, you're going to realize something that changes everything. Not everybody around you wants what you want. Not everybody around you sees what you see. And that's not your problem. Your dream was not given to a group. It was given to you. And the moment you start expecting everyone to understand your vision, the moment you start looking for applause, you start losing focus. Let me be clear. Distractions don't destroy dreams overnight. They do it slowly, quietly, day by day. You don't quit your dream all at once. You stop waking up early. You stop pushing when it gets uncomfortable. You start listening to opinions that were never qualified to speak into your future. And before you know it, you're busy, but you're not progressing. Staying focused on your dream means learning how to say no, even to good things. Because not everything that feels good moves you forward. Some of you are tired right now, not because you're weak, but because you've been carrying your dream while entertaining distractions. Hear me. Your dream requires obsession, not interest, not curiosity, obsession. The reason your dream feels heavy is because you keep putting it down to pick up comfort. Comfort will cost you everything your dream promised. Nobody tells you this part. There will be days when you're the only one who still believes. Days when progress is invisible. Days when consistency feels pointless. But champions are built in those days. Focus means showing up when nobody is watching. Focus means working when motivation is gone. Focus means discipline replacing emotion. You don't need to feel inspired every day. You need to be committed every day. Your dream doesn't care about your mood. Your future doesn't pause because you're tired. And success does not negotiate with excuses. Staying focused means understanding this truth. Your dream will demand sacrifices before it ever gives rewards. Sleep will be sacrificed. Entertainment will be sacrificed. Some relationships will be sacrificed. Not because you're better than others, but because you're serious. Serious people move differently. They don't announce every move. They don't explain every decision. They don't argue with doubters. They lock in. If you keep checking how far you are instead of how disciplined you are, you'll quit early. Progress is not always loud. Sometimes it looks like silence, repetition, and patience. Your dream doesn't need motivation speeches every day. It needs your focus, undivided focus. Stop comparing your journey to people who started with different advantages. Stop explaining your vision to people who don't share your hunger. Stop leaking energy to distractions disguised as opportunities. You don't need more time. You need more focus. And focus means choosing your dream even when it hurts, even when it's lonely, even when nobody claps. Because one day, the same people who didn't understand will ask how you did it, and you'll know the answer. You stayed focused. Let me tell you something most people won't. Staying focused on your dream is easy when everything is going right, when results are showing, when people are supporting you, when progress feels fast. But that's not where focus is tested. Focus is tested when nothing is working, when you're doing everything right and still losing, when effort feels invisible, when the dream starts asking questions instead of giving answers. This is where most people drift, not because they don't want success, but because they don't know how to handle silence. Silence will mess with your mind. No feedback, no validation, no proof that you're moving forward. And if you're not careful, you'll start searching for noise instead of staying locked in. Hear me. Distraction is comfort in disguise. Scrolling feels easier than studying. Talking feels easier than training. Complaining feels easier than improving. And every time you choose what's easy, your focus weakens. Your dream requires a different level of discipline, a level where you don't negotiate with your feelings, a level where excuses don't get airtime, because feelings change, but your dream doesn't. Some days you'll feel confident. Some days you'll feel lost. Some days you'll feel unstoppable. Some days you'll feel like quitting. None of that matters. What matters is what you do anyway. Focused people move even when their emotions are tired. Focused people execute when motivation disappears. Focused people understand that consistency beats intensity. You don't need to be extreme once a month. You need to be disciplined every day. Let me say this clearly. Your dream is not fragile, but your focus is. That's why you must protect it. Protect it from negative conversations. Protect it from comparison. Protect it from environments that drain you. Not everyone deserves access to your vision. Some people only see what you're doing today. They can't see where you're going. And if you let their doubts sit in your mind, they'll slowly become your doubts. Focus means learning how to be misunderstood, how to be alone without feeling lonely, how to work in silence without needing approval. You don't need everyone to agree with you. You need to agree with yourself. There will be moments when quitting looks logical, when the numbers don't add up, when progress feels too slow. That's when focus becomes a decision, not a feeling. You remind yourself why you started. You remind yourself what's at stake. You remind yourself who you're becoming. Dreams don't respond to pressure. They respond to persistence. You don't win by doing more once. You win by doing less distractions every day. Stay locked in, even when results are delayed, even when nobody notices, even when it feels repetitive, because repetition builds mastery, and mastery creates separation. One day, the discipline you're practicing quietly will speak louder than any announcement you could ever make, but only if you stay focused. Let me be real with you. If you're truly focused on your dream, you're going to feel alone at times. Not because people hate you, but because your priorities are different. While others are relaxing, you're working. While others are celebrating, you're preparing. While others are sleeping, you're building. And eventually, the gap shows. That gap is called sacrifice. Most people say they want success, but they're not willing to live the lifestyle it requires. They want the results without the isolation. They want the rewards without the responsibility. They want the spotlight without the shadow work. But focus doesn't work like that. Focus demands tunnel vision. Tunnel vision means you stop reacting to every opinion. You stop explaining every move. You stop chasing approval. Because when you're focused, distractions look louder than they really are. Let me warn you, there will be moments when people misunderstand your silence. They'll call you distant. They'll say you've changed. They'll question your priorities. They don't see the weight you're carrying. They don't feel the pressure you're under. They don't know the promise you made to yourself. And that's okay. You're not here to be understood by everyone. You're here to fulfill your assignment. Focus means learning how to say no without guilt. No to parties. No to distractions. No to habits that delay your future. Every no you say to comfort is a yes to your dream. Some days you'll question yourself. Some nights you'll feel tired beyond words. Some mornings you'll wake up unsure if it's worth it. Those are not signs to quit. Those are signs you're growing. Growth feels uncomfortable because it demands more than you're used to giving. If it were easy, everyone would do it. If it were comfortable, it wouldn't be special. Focus means trusting the process even when progress is invisible. Nobody celebrates the early mornings. Nobody applauds the lonely nights. Nobody sees the discipline behind closed doors. But all of it matters, because one day, the world will only see the result, not the repetition. Let me say this clearly. Discipline will isolate you before it elevates you. And if you can survive the isolation, you'll earn the elevation. Stop checking who's watching. Stop counting who supports you. Stop measuring success by likes and comments. Your dream is bigger than attention. Your purpose is bigger than validation. Lock in. Focus is not about doing everything. It's about doing the right things consistently. And if you stay focused long enough, you won't need to explain anything. Your life will speak. Let me end this the right way. Staying focused on your dream is not about hype. It's not about noise. It's not about people finally believing in you. It's about who you become when nobody is clapping. Because by the time the breakthrough comes, you won't even recognize the person you used to be. You'll be stronger, calmer, more disciplined, and most importantly, you'll be unshakable. Here's the truth most people never reach. When you stay focused long enough, you stop chasing motivation. You move with intention. You move with purpose. You move with certainty. Your habits become automatic. Your discipline becomes normal. Your standards become non-negotiable. And suddenly, the things that once felt hard become routine. That's when you know you've changed. The breakthrough doesn't arrive with fireworks. It comes quietly. One day you look back and realize you don't quit anymore. You don't panic anymore. You don't doubt yourself the way you used to. Not because life got easier, but because you got stronger. Focus builds identity. You stop asking, can I do this? You start saying, this is who I am. And when setbacks come, because they will, they don't stop you. They sharpen you. You understand that failure is not a verdict. It's feedback. You adjust. You refine. You continue. Because focused people don't stop. They adapt. Let me say this clearly. Your dream is not delayed. It's preparing you. Preparing your patience. Preparing your discipline. Preparing your character. Success without character collapses. But success built on focus lasts. One day, people will call you lucky. They'll say you came out of nowhere. They'll say it happened fast. They didn't see the nights you chose discipline over comfort. They didn't see the mornings you showed up tired but committed. They didn't see the focus it took to stay locked in. But you know, and that's enough. So when the noise gets loud, when the pressure increases, when distractions try to pull you away, remember this. Your dream doesn't need more words. It needs more focus. No excuses. No detours. No turning back. Stay focused. Stay disciplined. Stay relentless. Because the person who refuses to quit will always outlast the person who only feels inspired. And if you do this long enough, you won't just reach your dream. You'll become it.